Hello, class, and this is week 5 discussion board. And we were asked to discuss the challenges, conflict, and ethical considerations as presented in the article by Humble. Some challenges that were discussed in the article are how rural social workers are limited, and you could be the only one in the area. And this can relate to feelings of isolation that lead to burnout. A rural social worker may carry a high caseload and feel overloaded with limited supervision. It is suggested that social workers build relationships with other social workers in nearby cities. I firmly believe in social workers supporting social workers. The calling in this field can be heavy at times. And it's important to share just common experiences, right? Just the heaviness and sharing that with someone else is important. Also, social workers can share resources to better serve their clients. Oftentimes, when I'm seeking a specific resource that I am not aware of, I will reach out to fellow social workers just to say, hey, do you know of this resource? And usually I can find somebody that may know something if it's available in our area, and then I can provide that for my client. So, some conflicts that are discussed in the article are how most rural social workers live within their community that they work in. This could cause dual relationships. A social worker may attend an AA meeting or a church with their client. They may have a child that goes to the same school with their client's children. A client may even have multiple relatives in common. I have been at the grocery store and seen a client that I was serving, and I just continued shopping just like I usually do. And that was the end of that experience. Another time I had a very similar experience. However, the client spoke to me. And I just said hello and smiled real big and continued my shopping because I didn't want to say, oh, I'll see you next week, or how are you doing, and kind of go into all that and pry for information. Very inappropriate place to do that. So that was kind of just the end of that experience. The code of ethics advises social workers to take precautions to avoid dual relationships, but also suggest when dual or multiple relationships are unavoidable, social workers should take steps to protect clients and are responsible for setting clear, appropriate, and culturally sensitive boundaries. So protecting the client is what is most important. Which brings me to ethical considerations. Some ethical considerations that the article discusses are group work and stigma. The article states, understanding the limits and maintaining confidentiality is an essential part of every social worker's daily task. In rural communities, people are close, and it can be hard to seek services or for social workers to provide services that are confidential. Everybody knows everybody knows each other's car, that kind of thing. Social workers may struggle to find an appropriate meeting place that is not near everything or out in the open. It's be really easy to drive by and say, oh, that's, my neighbor's car at Department of Human Services, and that could be a stigma that they have to experience, and so that is could create some that is an ethical consideration that is discussed in the article. And that is what I have for this discussion. Thanks.